All right, bookworms and constant readers, welcome back to Final Girl Horror. I am your host, Chelsea. Today's video is all about Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files. This is book 4, Summer Night. As we do all the time here on Final Girl Horror, let's talk about the cover first. I do not have the hardbacks of these. All I have are these mass market paperbacks. So I don't know if the hardbacks are different or not. But all of these are very similar. They show Harry Dresden like walking away with, his trademark hat and duster and staff. I got some more up here. This one's a little bit different. You actually have a frontal view. This is later on in the series. But yeah, they all have Harry, if I can get it back in now, Harry on the front in some form or fashion. This one, it's okay. I don't know that it has anything to do with the story, but it's an interesting cover. You do learn about what these things are in the story for like a brief moment, but they're not really a part of, like, have a main part in the story. So cover wise, I don't know, maybe 3.5, 4 out of 5. It's an intriguing enough cover that I would pick up the book to see what it was about. So let's move on to the synopsis. Y'all wanted me to read the synopsis, so I started doing that. Ever since his girlfriend left town to deal with her newly acquired taste for blood, Harry Dresden has been down and out in Chicago. He can't pay his rent. He's alienating his friends. He can't even recall the last time he took a shower. The only professional wizard in the phone book has become a desperate man. And just when it seems things can't get any worse, in saunters the Winter Queen of Fairy. She has an offer Harry can't refuse if he wants to free himself of the supernatural hold his fairy godmother has over him, and hopefully end his run of bad luck. All he has to do is find out who murdered the Summer Queen's right-hand man, the Summer Knight, and clear the Winter Queen's name. It seems simple enough, but Harry knows better than to get caught in the middle of fairy politics, until he finds out that the fate of the entire world rests on his solving the case. No pressure or anything. And that really does a good job of summing up the story. This is actually the first book in the series that you really need to read the previous book to understand what is going on in this book, because it picks up shortly after the events of the third book. And what happened in the third book plays heavily into this book. So this is the first time that the Dresden Files is actually becoming like a continuation series where you have to read one book before you read another. Up until this point, like, you could read book 2 and then you could read book 1. You might be a little confused because they do talk and mention about stuff that happened before, but it's never been like a direct sequel. And this is a direct sequel. So, yeah, Harry's girl has left. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't read these, but there's a reason that she has left, and there's a reason he's so distraught. He's trying to help her. He doesn't want to face the facts that there is no helping her. And as usual, he's kind of a mess. He's about ready to lose his office space because he hasn't paid the rent. He's about to get kicked out of his apartment. And so this Winter Queen shows up and basically informs Harry that his fairy godmother, who holds this like debt over him, and the time to pay up is getting close, has basically traded his debt off to the Winter Queen. And she tells Harry, if you do 3 tasks for me, I will free you from this debt, and you're free to go on, live your life, do whatever, and you don't have to worry about this anymore. And the first task he has to do is this book. He has to solve this murder. Who murdered the summer night? And it is typical Dresden Files. If it wasn't for bad luck, Harry would have no luck at all. It's always, keeping you going, like, is he going to finish this? Or is he going to fail? On top of it, you learn more about his past and what happened in his past with his former master and former love, that the White Council does not like Harry. And there's people on the council who want to see like Harry punished. They think that he broke one of the major rules of magic, and that he should have paid dearly for that, and he was basically let go. And there's people on the council that think he should have been put to death. So a little bit of a spoiler, in the previous book, he got in some serious trouble with the vampires. And now the vampires are out for blood, and they want Harry. And the sad part about this book, it really makes you hate the White Council. The White Council is, like this governing body of wizards. And you would think they would look out and, protect their own. But the council is all for just handing Harry over to the vampires and letting them kill him. And there's like nobody on the White Council that I like. Even Harry's like so-called friends on the council, I really wouldn't consider them friends. Yeah, so they put Harry on trial, and they're basically like, you know what? We're going to let you hang yourself, because they have no faith in Harry whatsoever. You're going to work with the Winter Queen, and when you fail, we're going to hand you over to the vampires, and we'll be done with you, and we'll handle this mess on our own. And he basically, at one point in the story, tries to warn the White Council of what's going on, and the person he comes into contact with is, basically like, yeah, whatever, you're on your own, we don't want to hear it, no more excuses, you're finally going to get what's coming to you. Like, these people are horrible people. And you really understand from the events of this book why Harry does not like them. And Like all of the other books, these books are fantastic. They're total page turners. They suck you in, and like they do not let up until the end. This one actually has an ending to it. It wasn't like the last book that kind of left you hanging, and then this book picks up where that one left off. This one was actually, in that sense, like the first two. It had an ending. So yeah, these are great. If I tell people, if you like the X-Files, if you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show Supernatural, you will like these books. They are really good. They are super fun to read. I love the Dresden Files. It's one of my favorite series that I've ever read. This one, total 5 out of 5. I don't think any of them, maybe the last one, just because of how harsh Jim Butcher treats Harry, and he doesn't get a break. It was a little harsh and a little rough to read at times. That one I may have given like a 4. I don't remember what I gave it, but solid 5 out of 5. If you haven't read the Dresden Files, definitely check them out. They are totally worth reading. They're funny, they're sad, they're adventurous, they're horrific at times. Awesome books. I can't wait to read more of them. I think there's like 19 or 20 total. I'm on book 4. I will start book 5 sometime in the near future. I have a few books to read before I get back into the Dresden Files. That's all I have for you in this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you know when new videos come out. I release videos every other week at 12 a.m. on Saturday. Till next time, read more books.